What is going on, guys? This is going to be the 23rd video in this Java programming series. In this video, we are going to cover summing using arrays. So this is something you're going to use a lot with arrays. It's a pretty common purpose that you will use with an array and also a for loop. So what we're going to do is we're just going to create an array. We're going to call this array nums, and we're going to set this equal to about 5 numbers here. So we're going to say 4, 6, 2, 3, and 7. So we have this array here with 5 numbers. Now let's say we want to get the sum of this array. We want to get the sum of all the numbers within this array. Now one way we could do this is we could say nums at 0 plus nums at 1 plus nums at 2 plus nums at 3 plus nums at 4, and this will get us the sum of our array. Basically, I think you guys have learned this by now. You don't want to have hefty things like this within programming because there are always easier ways to actually do things like this. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to, instead of doing all of this junk, which just is not fun business, we are going to create a new variable. We're going to call this variable sum, set it equal to 0. And now we're going to initiate a for loop. So we're going to say int I equals 0, I is less than nums. Remember, this nums is our number array right here. Nums.length. So every single array has a property called length. And you can access this with the dot operator here. You do dot length on any array, and it's going to give you the size of that array. So this is going to return the value of 5 right here. So we are going to then do I++. If you guys are kind of confused with for loops again, you can always head back to the for loops video or search that on Google. But yeah, so we have a for loop that is going, it's going to be looping over this code in here, the number of times that the number of times of the size of the array. So in each of these loops that it does, we want to add the number within the index to this sum variable right here. So I want to say sum plus equals. If you guys remember, sum plus equals just means sum equals sum plus some other stuff here. It's a shorthand of saying it. Plus equals nums at I. So what we're doing is we're saying every time this for loop goes through the loop, we want to grab the value that is at the index of I, and remember I is always getting incremented by 1 every single time it goes through this loop, and we want to add the value that is at that index to our sum. So now it's going to loop through the array, it's going to add all those values up, and we're going to get a variable at the end that is the sum of the values within the array. So it's pretty awesome actually. So if you do system.out.println sum, you're going to see when we print this out, it gives us a value of 22. And let's just check this really fast. We have 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 7 is 22. So this is actually summing up all the values within our array. And it's just kind of a pretty cool looking piece of code, and I always kind of like using it. So that is one of the major uses of arrays and for loops. So hopefully you guys are starting to think some of this stuff can actually be pretty useful, and hopefully you guys are actually kind of enjoying programming a little bit. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video.